What was the economic impact of Cold War sanctions? Imagine a world where countries could cut off trade and financial ties with each other at the flick of a switch. During the Cold War, that was often the case. Economic sanctions were used as a way to pressure nations without firing a shot. These sanctions mainly targeted the Soviet Union and its allies, aiming to weaken their economies and limit their influence. They took the form of trade embargoes, restrictions on technology transfer, and limits on financial transactions. For the countries under sanctions, the effects were immediate and often severe. The Soviet Union faced higher costs for borrowing money and struggled to access advanced technology. This made it harder for them to develop their military and civilian industries. Over time, these restrictions contributed to economic stagnation and, in some cases, accelerated the decline of the Soviet economy. The Soviet Union's heavy military spending, combined with sanctions, created a financial squeeze that was difficult to overcome. Meanwhile, capitalist countries like the United States and its allies saw some benefits. They boosted their defense industries, increasing innovation in aerospace, electronics, and communications. Governments poured money into research and development, creating new jobs and markets. But this also meant less money was available for civilian sectors, which could slow down consumer growth. Sanctions also changed the way countries traded around the world. Countries targeted by sanctions looked for new markets in Asia and other regions. Western nations, especially after the Marshall Plan, helped rebuild Western Europe into a stable, market-based economy. This created new opportunities for trade and investment, which helped fuel economic growth in those regions. Using sanctions as a tool became popular because it allowed countries to influence others without risking military conflict. It showed how economic power could be used to shape political outcomes. However, sanctions often had long-lasting effects. They reduced the gross domestic product of targeted nations and caused hardship for their populations. Still, capitalist economies generally continued to grow, benefiting from technological advances and expanding global trade networks. Overall, Cold War sanctions demonstrated the strength of market economies, flexibility, innovation, and resourcefulness, while exposing the vulnerabilities of command economies under economic pressure. They played a key role in shaping the economic landscape of that era, reinforcing the importance of open markets and strategic economic influence.